to talk on it's quite interesting topics that we want to do wiring in control panel. So for today's, basically what we are going to cover, we will cover on how to create a control panel. So if you have a very standard modeling, and then if you require to insert any 3D model that you download from other parties, maybe from another website, or from your supplier. So what you can do, you can just import and insert in the 3D model that you have. So let's go straight away to the topics. So the first one, if you have this kind of setup for your, what we call it, for a switchgear or control panel, so what first thing that you can do, so basically you can do the customization for this kind of modeling. So the first thing first, if you have this kind of model, if you want to make it, this model are more intelligent, you can make it as a design automation, or we call it as a iLogic in your modeling. So for example, I already done with some setting here. So if you want to see my setting, so this will be the setting that I already done. So what I did is I did the formula which is linking from assembly to the parts. That will be the first one. The second one is the concept of if, then, and if rules. So if something, and then what happened, if then what happened, else if then what happened, and if. So that will be the things that I already set up in here. So what will be my model look like? So if I already done with this kind of setting, so in case I want to change the size, so I can just simply drag this kind of modeling. So in case I want to change the width, so just also can control here. So also can, together with this one, you can also control all your height, width, and length. So this one is for the basic, your control panel or your switchgear. So on the left and the right, I have this kind of setup. Okay, for example, here I have 4 holes, and in this side I have 1 hole. So the main reason, because I already do some setup here. So for example, in this, for the next upcoming project, so what I need is I want to make it this kind of model can be custom instead of making this object fixed. So I can also do this kind of things. So certain cases, my project only require to have this kind of on the left side only. So then I can just simply add the left side only. So just stick here, and then can control the distance and also the size. So for example, 200 times 500, for example. Oh, so this one I need to put on post. Okay, 200 times 500. Okay, so too big. So I need to double check my setup for these rules. Okay, so I need to double check back here. So, but the idea is will be something like this. So if change anything, so just can easily change to here. Everything will be updated automatically. Okay, so that will be the first thing that you need to understand about the control panel. So in case you want to do a very rigid body, so the problem that you will face later in for the next project, if you have different sizes, you need to recopy again all the folder, and then need to rechange the size manually in a part one by one. So if you do it in an iLogic, the concept, you can make it at the beginning. So let's go straight away to our topics, which we want to do linking between AutoCAD electrical with Inventor electromechanical. So for sure that some of component are already you already get from the supplier. So doesn't matter the file extension. If you are dealing with the step file, IGS file, just normal import in here. So for example, I have a step file, I can go to here and then hit import. So, but if I have, for example, I have one item that already created in Inventor, so I can just click place, I can from this folder, then I can look whatever model that I require here. Okay, so in this case, I try to insert one of the item. So by default, okay, by default, these items are only a 3D modeling parts. Okay, basic 3D parts. So how to convert this object to electrical parts? So the first thing that we need to do is we need to do the pin for each item. So in this case, if I want to set up the pin, you just need to open the specific folder file. Okay, so you can look on your 3D model tab. Later, see this hardness with these pin features. So certain PC, these hardness are not appear. Okay, so this hardness panel will be not appear. So the main reason why, because of you not tick on this area. So you just need to turn on this hardness. Later you will see this hardness pin. So for this case, I will like to do few pins in here. The first pin will be, maybe I want to insert in here. Okay, this one, I try to make it as a T1. Go to this one, T2, T3, and you can try to finish up all the pin that you require in one model. T4, T5, and T6. T5 and T6. 6. Okay, a lot of reworks normally they will do in electrical setup. Okay, so later I will show you how and what can be improved. So done with the first model, you can just close. So what happened now, later when you try to zoom, you will see that your model will have this kind of point, which is electrical pin. So if you click your model and then you right click, right now you cannot see any electrical properties yet because we did not do any linking and we did not do any hardness in our 3D model. So right now it's a very rigid 3D model. So I try to add another model, another parts that I want to insert. For example, this one. Okay, so just almost the same breaker. So this one I already put the point here. Okay, so to create a wire, okay, together with these two items, so normally I will do like this. So once you're already done with this setup, you can do the arrangement in your model is properly. So for example, I will like to do this one and this one. Okay, this one is a bit hard. Then I try to bring outside first. So this one and this one. Okay, so this one will be the first one. Okay, and then the second one will be in here. This one and this one. Right? So you also can control the distance from the side if you require or if you really want to do. Okay, so in this case, if I want to connect wire between these two breakers, so what can I do? Let me turn off the workbench first. Okay, so you just need to go to this environment, click on this cable and hardness, hit OK. So later you will see this kind of interface. So cable and hardness is a built-in Inventor, no need to install anything. Okay, so to create a wire manually, okay, so since this object already have T1, T2, T3, and so on, I forgot to check on this object. So let me open. For this point, let's check. So the hardness properties, this one also T1, T2. So this one I try to change to, maybe I just leave it. Maybe I just leave it here. Just the same. Okay, even the different parts, I can do the same T1, T2, something. Okay, so to make it manual hardness, okay, manual wire, sorry. So I can click on this create wire, select from which point to which point. Later, you will see that you can change the category of your wire and also the size and the color of your wire. Okay, so the size and the color of each wire. So by default, this one already done. So how to make it more look realistic? So you can adjust the position of wire because normally wire people will do a 3D spline and then they will use sweep. Okay, but since we already use this wire, so how to edit it? So you just can click, right click, you can add more point here. Okay, let me go to here. So this wire, yeah. Okay, this wire already done. So display as rendered. Okay, and another one I try to do edit wire is to change here. Okay, click on this. Okay, so hit on this add point. So first point and second point. So once these 2 points already added, you can click, right click, choose 3D move and rotate. So this will be the XYZ that you can control in your 3D parts, okay, for your wiring. Okay, a bit problematic if everything need to be done manually. Okay, a bit problematic. Okay, what if I want to make it more custom? So since normally electrical, they will have a 2D schematic. Okay, so I want to linking between with the 3D modeling. So the step, I need to install a same version Inventor plus AutoCAD electrical with the same version. So that will be the first things that you need to do. Okay, here, for example, I want to create a new drawing. So I just try to open any file and then create a new drawing. So click here, new file. Okay, and then right click here, create new drawing. Okay, so right click, new drawing. This one for FIL. So just hit OK. Okay, so this drawing, I want to do some component insert here. Okay, to insert the component, so what can I do? Basically, I can click on this icon menu. So click on this icon menu. So for this case, I want to insert the circuit breaker. So look for the circuit breaker, tick here. So that one is a 3-pole. So I just click this one and click insert here. So go down. Okay, so the things that I need to set up here, which is the pin. Okay, so this will be my circuit breaker 11, for example. So, and I also can look up for whatever brand that I want to use. Okay, so normally they will have pre-installed brand. So if you want to do a custom brand also, you can just directly choose here. This one is a brand manufacturer from ABB, Fuji, Eaton, Siemens, and a lot more. Okay, so if you're confident with this, their catalog number, so just hit. So this one doesn't affect any unless you already do the library setup on the Inventor, it will automatically come in the drawing. Okay, so this will be the things that we need to set up. And then the next thing will be here. So for the installation code, I will try to insert IC1. For the location code, I try to make it LL1. So they will have 3 breaker. Okay, so 3 pole here. So then I need to make it something like this, T1, T2. Okay, map the symbol. Okay, while for the second and third, so this one I need to change to, let me change here, edit component. So this should be T3 and, oh sorry, this one should be not T2. This one should be T4. Okay, for my setup. Right, so this one I try to make it as a T2 and T5. And another one is T3 and T6. T6. Okay, it's okay. Okay, and then I want to do one more breaker here. So just need to insert one more time. Okay, so look for the same item. Just try to insert here. Okay, move down. Okay, just using the same concept, this one should be under IC1 also. And for example, in a different location, LL2. Okay, so this I also want to insert T1 and T2. Okay, it's okay. So leave it everything problem first. So we want to check either the link is good enough or not. So to link between these 2D schematic, so since I don't put anything yet. So since this one only symbols without any wire, so let's check on the linking first. So to make this 2D schematic can be linked to your Inventor, so you need to click on this electromechanical. So first, since I already have the project, so I just try to unlink. So click on this electromechanical, and we will try to create a new project here. Okay, so create a new one. So I will save in my desktop, and I try to make it FOL. Create. Okay, done. While for your Inventor, what you can do, basically you can go to the electromechanical tab also, click on this electromechanical link setup. So just hit on this button, we can link between the first and the second from your Inventor and electrical. So just save everything. Okay, done. Right, so what is the different, what is the idea now? So everything will be appear in here. So anything with a symbol, with a 2D symbol like this one is from AutoCAD electrical, while anything that in the 3D symbols, this one is for Inventor 3D model. Okay, so to check everything, the link, everything, all the link and all the connection between these two. So what can I do basically? Okay, so I can just simply try to create here. I go here first. So this one I try to link between these two objects. Okay, for the first one, this will be my CB one. I think this one is not correct. Oh, this one is a different project. Okay, this one is a different location. So this one is a CB1 and this one is CB unknown. So if I want to edit back, so can go to here, right click, edit component. This one change to CB02, enter. Okay, okay, update. Okay, to check between the two software linking, you can go to this location view in your AutoCAD electrical. So you can also click on this update. Okay, later you will see that your object will have this kind of model. So already changed to CB11 and 22. While in your Inventor, just click on this synchronize again. So already updated here. So CB1 will be linked to one of the objects. So you just need to right click, assign to existing in an assembly. You just can click. This will be the CB11. While another one will be this one. Okay, in these two, you can check. Okay, this one is the installation code, while the LL is the location. Okay, means these two objects using the same installation code, but using a different location. Okay, location code. Okay, if I can check here, for my CB11, everything will be linked properly, while for my CB22 is not linking properly. The main reason why, because your electrical don't have the pin number. So need to check and do it one by one. So T3, T4, and this one, T5 and T6. T6. So hit OK, save, synchronize again, go back to Inventor, hit this synchronize button again. So now everything done. Okay, I would like to do some wire in the 2D schematic. Let's see if the wire are able to view in here. So if I want to do wiring here, so I just need to go to my electrical. For example, go to here. It doesn't matter you draw upward or downward, doesn't matter. As long as you snap from the correct pin to the another correct pin, so it will link together. For example, to create wire, I want to connect between these two. Connect between this one. So from here, from T1 CB11 to T4 CB22. Okay, once done, so just hit OK, save. So make sure that you already change. If you want to change the wire connection or wire type, so you can change here. You need to create a layer and do some setting for your wire type. Okay, so that one I can change manually in Inventor. But if I want to change the wire number, so I can just hit this button. Okay, so click this line and click on this wire numbers, edit wire numbers. So this will be my wire number 1. So easy to understand, WN1. Okay, so just hit save, synchronize again, go to Inventor, synchronize again. Okay, this will be the example. You can do a lot of wire at one time, and then you just direct synchronize at one time. Okay, so after you're done with this setup, okay, so you already done with the update, okay, the synchronize. So what you can do, you just can right click, create connection. Okay, so over here, it already create for me, they will have one file already created here. Okay, so this will be the line that able to be done here. Okay, so this will be the automatic created. So let's check if that possible I want to do in here. So let me try to delete this harness first. So I will like to do a few line. Okay, try to use these two component only. Okay, to make it you understand first. So this one from this point to this point. Okay, they will have few more that I want to do. This one to this one. Okay, so after I done with this 3-line setup, just when I hit OK, so my Inventor also can do the same thing. So can update and can do wire connection. Okay, the tricky part here, since we already have our electromechanical link, if you want to do your cable harness in the same cable harness, need to add it first. If not, it will create a new cable harness. Right click, create connection. So now I already have few line. Oh, sorry. So this one is not yet updated. Delete. Go here, save, update. Okay, so update here. So done. Just right click, create connection. So now I already have 3 lines at one time. Okay, to make it more realistic to the project, so I will like to add more item. So more item means I want to add a trunking. Okay, so if I already have the trunking, so if I want to insert a trunking, so just create a normal trunking using Inventor. So what you can do now, basically you can do something like this. Do some constraint from here to here. Okay, so this will be the first one. Okay, and then I have another trunking. You can also make it your trunking as an iPad. In case you have a specific trunking size or specific length, you can make it as an iPad. Okay, so over here, you can just click in here, and then I will like to do some rotation from here to here. Oh, sorry, misclick. So from here to this face. This one, like this. So proximate like this. Okay, something like this. So this will be some of the trunking that I already insert here. So my idea will be like this. If I want to do a wire, okay, if I want to do a wire later, let me move a bit. Okay. Right. So if I want to do wire, my wire will go through on the trunking instead of make it a free move. Okay. So what I need to do, go back to the hardness, edit. So to make your object able to go through in the trunking, we need to create a segment. So segment means I need to do from this point to another point. Finish. So same goes to this one to this one. So from here to here. Finish. Okay, they will have one button. We call it as auto route. Okay, let me try the manual route first. So for this manual route, I want to use this route. The wire will be this one. The first segment will be this one. The last segment will be this one. When I hit OK, so what happened? Oh, so this area is not really good actually. This area will be not really good. Let me check if I can change the distance here. 50. All right. Okay. This one look better. 75. Okay. Okay. So I just go back to my harness, edit, and then click on this route manual. Select wire. Select the first segment and the last segment. Hit OK. Still cannot. Okay. So let's check. Fail to be route because segment 1 and segment 2 are disconnected. Okay. So that will be the problem. So how to make it connected? Just need to draw again the new segment from this point to this point. To this point. So now we already have 3 segments here. So like create a new road again. First and the last one. First and the last will be here. Just hit OK. Okay, so now my wire already go to the segment here. So what if for all these others? Okay, to make it more intelligent, I will like to use the next button which we have here, automatic routes. So you can click here, tick on this all unroute wire, hit OK. So the wire will be go everything up here and then will go inside the trunking, go to here. Basically, this will be not the right way on creating trunking, okay, creating wire in trunking, because if you check on my video, in my poster here, all the wire will go through on every hole of your trunking, okay? But this will be the limitation that Inventor have. So what if I want to reduce the limitation? Okay, you can solve the problem by creating the segment one by one every single hole here. Then you can solve that kind of problem. Okay, so that will be the solution that we can propose. Okay, so in this case, if I don't really like this kind of shape, then I can click add another point to here, and this point I can just directly use the rotate also. So I will like to move something like this. Okay. Sorry, misclick. Edit. So this one 3D rotate, hit right click OK first, and then click cable harness. Okay, so the basically the segment will be automatically update, depends on your size, depends on all your size wire. It will automatically update the diameter. So to check the diameter, go to this display custom, change to anything, and then go back to the render display. So now you will see that this will be the actual size later. So as long as the radius is between the trunking, means your wire still can be able move along to this trunking. So that will be okay. That will be the things that I will like to share for today's. Okay, don't forget to go to our website. Any question you can type in on the live chat. Okay, or later you can watch again our video in our YouTube channel. So just go to our website. At the bottom, at the footer area, you just click in here. Okay, look for electromechanical inventor from Ecad System. Okay, to check if you want to ask other question, so you can also ask on our YouTube and Facebook. So far, any question? Right. So if no question, thanks everyone for joining our free online lesson. See you in the next free online lesson. So hopefully you always join our free online lesson. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.